Hi everyone, it's Avila. Welcome back to my channel. I guess I should say welcome myself back to my own channel. It's been quite a break. It's been, I think, like 2 weeks and a half. First, I've been actually trying to practice my speech, and I've been learning how to be aware more of like the filler words that I use, like and like, because I want to not have to spend too much time editing. So it's official. I'm officially moving to Florida, and I'm so stoked. The interesting thing about like what's been going on lately is, like I was saying in the other video, I have been learning a lot about how to balance my life. Lately, I've really just been learning how to balance, and I said that I would do a video on this, and I think that's what contributed to me taking a break. So first off, something that I noticed about taking a break is I guess have just passed the initiation of becoming a YouTuber. Anyone can just put up a few videos and call it a day. What really stands the test, I think, is following through with it and keeping up with it. So what this break told me is, throughout the break, I really got some time to really meditate and reflect on it, and I got to ask myself exactly if this is what I want to do. And all of my answers and everything, my heart, my mind, everything was pointing to yes. At that part, what I learned was I need to stick to it, and accountability and learning how to balance that all. Learning how to balance everything in your life is key, and especially for me, I had to actually like take a little bit of my own advice. Here, I'll just list like a bunch of the things that I'm going through, and maybe you guys can relate, or maybe you guys are going through a time where, you know, you're planning something, or you're planning a move, or you've got so much going on. Maybe you have something really important coming up, and you've got some other things going on, like family stuff or whatever it is, work stuff. I'm moving, and that's not only a move, you know, to another state, but it's a move to a state where I came from. Actually, I moved here from Florida, so that's already pretty interesting in itself. So this move happens to be right smack dab in the middle of the holidays. I have started listing some of my furniture and things that I don't need right now. I really want to downsize a lot. If something is not 100% needed, just get rid of it, because I'd rather live simpler and lighter. And materialism too. Like I've really matured a lot as far as saving. So I talk a lot about learning because we are all in the school of life. So I treat everything as a lesson. That's one way to give your life real meaning. So if you put meaning to things, then your life will be so much more interesting and so much more fruitful and abundant. So it's really cool because no matter what I'm going through, even if it's a tough time, I'm always like trying to extract what it is I can learn from it or to improve, because for me, it feels weird to just stay stagnant. For me, I'm always evolving. I'm always trying to learn something new in life and utilizing everything, even my struggles, my downfalls, my good times, my bad times. I'm always trying to learn and take from it what is useful and valuable. I find value in that, and it's really cool, actually. It's cool living that way, because if you're just on autopilot and you're just going through your life and you don't even, like a breakup or something, you know, like if you don't learn something from it, or if you don't put meaning to it or value to it, then you're just kind of going through life not really doing much or not learning much, not living a very full life, the fullest you can. It's important to me to always be aware of what I'm going through. In the past 2.5 weeks, I've had a couple of ups and downs. The ups are I've been really, really busy in the wind tunnel, and if you're coming to my YouTube channel for spirituality or motivational videos, I also do videos on skydiving. The wind tunnel is basically just indoor skydiving. I've been training for a competition coming in January, and that's already a lot of pressure because I am not actually 100% pro yet. And when I say pro, I mean like I know how to do everything, like every movement there is out there. And even the pros, like there's some people that I'm sure could use to learn more moves and stuff. That's the great thing about this sport is you can constantly be learning something new. There's always something new from it that you learn, and experiences too. But this is a lot of pressure on me because I'm going to be competing up against some of the best skydivers in the nation. It's in the United States. I've actually talked to a couple of people in other countries who are pro skydivers. I asked them, "Oh, are you coming?" And they said that there's nationals for other countries too. But so this is a big deal, and I'm feeling like the pressure's on. But something about it, like something about me inside of me, is telling me I need to go do this, and like I feel it, and I feel the faith within me, and I know I can do it. And I think that's what surprises people. Like I know that what I'm doing takes guts and bravery. I've actually even talked with the board director of the USIS. Actually, I called them just to sort of ask questions about it back when I just found out about the competition, because I just wanted to know more details and stuff. And so I just called and left a voicemail, and they got back to me, and the board director was just kind of chitty-chatting with me. It was really cool. He gave me some advice, which is pretty valuable. He said that in his first competition, and he's been competing for, I think he said something like 20 years. His first competition, he said that he wishes he took some more time to take it all in and enjoy the experience, enjoy everyone there. And so he told me that, and he was like, don't worry too much about competing, don't worry about placing. He said that once it's your time in the tunnel, it's go time. You show your stuff and everything like that. And then he said when you get out, turn it off. So he said to enjoy my time, and that's something that I really value, because a lot of what I value in my life is experiences. And I actually have a ton of courage, and that's actually something that I'm really proud of myself for. Is I have a lot of bravery and courage. What means a lot to me is experience in life. So what is experience? Doing things, going places, seeing things, being things. And to me, taking a risk is so tremendous in how you can experience things, because when you take risks, you can actually step outside of your bounds, and you can learn something new, you can accomplish things, you can meet cool people, and just experience life. And that's one of the reasons why we're here, is just to experience being fun and free and doing the things that you do, and figuring out who you are and figuring out what you want to do. And in the past 2 weeks, it's been big for me, because I've been really soaking in everything that I'm going through. And there have been a couple of days where I was a little bit low vibe. I actually pulled myself out of that real quick, because I know what it's like to feel depression. I'm actually quite experienced in it. So, and that's actually something I want to do too. I want to do a couple of videos on depression and how I got out of it, and how to avoid depression, and what depression really is. So I'll do another video on that one time. But yeah, and guys, just so you know, this takes guts to get on here and just create some videos about my experiences. So that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel, because whatever it is that I go through in my life that I find value that other people could use, I feel like sharing my experiences, because I feel like what I've learned from and what's made me grow might help some people. It's pretty bold of me to actually go out there and put myself out on YouTube, and I've thought about it, I've meditated about it, and this is definitely something I want to do. And I've had people in my life, like especially, you know, some older people in my life, like parents and stuff. At certain times, I've had them come to me and say, at various different moments in my life, like, you shouldn't share too much and you shouldn't tell people too much about yourself. It gives them reason to find fault with you. Don't put yourself out there and stuff. This is not really the advice that I need to take. And for me, it just didn't resonate with me on, you know, just keeping myself bottled up inside and just not sharing myself with the world, and not just sharing some things. If you have something wonderful and beautiful to bring to the table, why would you not share it? Not only are you suppressing yourself, but if it has the ability to help others or to bring something useful to others, then share it. And that's why this means a lot to me. And I know that I've taken about a 2.5 week break from YouTube, but something in me feels like it was for a certain purpose. So yeah, this is just an informal video on just me getting back into the groove of making some YouTube videos, and just kind of sharing like my last 2 weeks and stuff and what I've taken from it. So balancing, I definitely say that I'm not a perfect expert on these things, but I definitely feel like what I've learned, y'all could benefit from. So balancing a lot of things, and these are all really, really good things, but when they're compiled up onto you, and when you have a lot on your plate, it can definitely end up being stressful. So for me, just knowing that I've got so many things going on, like prepping for a competition, and that is big too, because I'm not only doing this competition and doing what I love, and you know, it number one costs a lot of money, and number two, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I'm gonna be up against the top skydivers in the nation, and I'm going to be in front of a lot of people. And so this is pretty big for me, because I'm pretty much wiping away all of my old cobwebs. So I used to be super shy at certain times. So like I'm a social butterfly, but I have parts about me that are shy. And I think sometimes why I used to be shy is because I'm unsure of how people would take me, or, you know, what they think of me. But as I went through life and as I've gone through my spiritual awakening, I realized I really shouldn't give a shit what people think about me, because at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, and I care about how I feel and what makes me happy and what I want to do. So I'm also an empath, and I totally want to make a video on this and like what an empath is and everything. But I can sense things and I can feel things. So like if I'm hanging out with some people, I could feel and I could tell if someone's having a bad day. So, and for me, I'm very empathetic to that and like people's feelings. So like if you're having a bad day, I could totally tell if you are, and then of course I'm gonna want to comfort you. It's really funny because I could actually like tell what people are, like what their feelings are about me, even when they're talking to me. So like I can't read minds, guys, like that's not what it is. It's more of just an intuitiveness, and we all have that, by the way. It's just whether you you know, have strengthened that part about you, or if you even care. Some people, I'm sure, just don't care. It's so weird how some people just don't care about meaningful things. All they want to do is just glide through life like on autopilot. It's so weird to me. Like, I don't understand that. And it's so funny too, like things that people don't understand about each other, because there's certain types of people that don't understand why skydivers like to fall out of the sky and like jump out of airplanes. But on the other hand, it's so cool because we as skydivers don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. So it's just so funny. God, that's what makes the world go round and round. There's so many different types of people and different types of just everything. What I was getting to is I could actually tell when I'm talking to someone if they're thinking or if they're feeling like this chick is kind of like nuts, or like this chick, like she's gonna go compete at a competition, but she can't even do a triple barrel roll. Like, dude, she's not signed off on all her IBA yet. Yeah. It's just so funny that I could actually feel that from people. Like, I'll get into that in another video, I'm sure, on like how I can just read people really easily.